Welcome to the ninth module of the Applied Linguistics course of E-Pathshala's program in linguistics. This module, that means the ninth module, this deals with what are technically called cohesion and coherence. I think for anybody who deals with language sensitively, including teachers or neurolinguists or linguists in general, social linguists, for all purposes, I think it's very central to appreciate the concepts of cohesion and coherence. So in this module, we will try to understand these concepts and see them through lots of examples, which I'll try to display on your screen. You see, the first thing to appreciate is that language, it is not the case that you take sounds and make words, and from words you make more complex words, and then you make phrases, and you put them together and then make a text, okay, and you make a discourse. The fact of the matter is that the whole idea of language is that it begins with a whole text, with a whole discourse. That's the beginning. And even to teach and transact classroom processes, we always suggest that you begin with a text. And a text can be defined, doesn't have to be a whole story or a whole poem, which are also texts. It can be a series of pictures. It can be a short dialogue. It can be, a short poem, whatever, but a text which is organized and makes meaning and makes sense to people must be the foundation of moving forward to enhance your lexicon, to expose you to more and more syntactic structures, and to ensure that you have higher levels of language proficiency. So a text must be at the heart of all language teaching, language pedagogical processes. These texts are defined by a variety of features. There are rules of how words will be formed, how words will be made more complex, and how words will be arranged in a sentence, and so on, which you must have learnt about in different courses in this program. But every text must be defined by the features of cohesion and coherence. They must be grammatically cohesive and content-wise coherent. So when we talk of cohesion, we really mean that the text is grammatically held together, okay, and it is not a random sequence of sentences. So there are a large number. So cohesion will be created by a finite set of words, like linkers, like and, but, because, yet, although, that kind of linkers which link one sentence to the other sentence. Various kinds of repetitions of the lexical items. They are repeated in different ways. For example, a pronoun may substitute a whole clause. You may say, John, who came from Bombay last year, is living next door to us. He is very tall. So that he substitutes the whole clause that went in the previous sentence. So that is how, or you can say, I ate a banana and a mango. So banana and a mango, that and links, the two parts. So you can say, I ate a banana and I ate an apple, but the use of and helps you to delete rest of the clause. And as you will see, deletion is another very productive way of creating grammatical cohesion. So pronouns, repetitions, pronouns like he, she, it, they, this, that, those, all these repetitions. For example, take the sentence, the boy who has come from Calcutta yesterday is likely to join the University of Delhi. Okay. He really likes it. Now, it stands for the University of Delhi, and he stands for the boy who has come from Calcutta yesterday. Now, this kind of substitution creates cohesion. Okay. So, it's very important for language teachers and people who deal with languages at different kinds of levels. It's very important that they understand these linkers and these sets of words, how they create grammatical cohesion in a given text. And as I said, the use of synonymy is very important. You may say in one sentence, you can say the fruits, and in the next sentence you may say bananas and apples. So, you have now specified the fruits, but they are still fruits. So, linking words, as I said, such as that, but, and, however, whatever, despite, all these create cohesion, grammatical cohesion. And also expressions such as, first of all, in addition to, moreover, in spite of, are transition expression that help to bring cohesion in a text which would otherwise be almost unreadable. Try to read, for example, if you leave first of all, and then somewhere it says secondly and thirdly, you will begin to wonder what happened first, So there is no grammatical cohesion. In spite of, moreover, they help you to look at the slide on your screen. There is an example which I will read out and then try to explain how cohesion works. It reads, I like autumn, and yet autumn is a sad time of the year too. The leaves turn bright shades of red, and the weather is mild, but I can't help thinking ahead to the winter and the ice storms that will surely blow through here. In addition, that will be the season of chapped faces, too many layers of clothes to put on, and days when I'll have to shovel heaps of snow from my car's windshield. Now, if you look at this passage, I like autumn and yet. So this and yet creates grammatical cohesion. It's a sad time of the year too. That too subsumes the whole sentence that I like autumn, but autumn is a sad time also. The leaves turn bright, shades red, and the weather is mild. This and puts two sentences together, but again a linker. I can't help thinking ahead to the winter. Again and. Winter and the ice storms that. Now that substitutes the ice stands for the ice storms, and then ties it up with the following clause that will surely blow through here. In addition. Now, in addition again is a kind of grammatical linker. Too many layers of clothes to put on, and again. So all these are make the text grammatically cohesive. Look at the next slide, the second example on your screen, and this tells you how deletion can create cohesion. I mean, it's difficult to believe, but deletion can create cohesion. Imagine Mohan saying, where are you going, Homna? And Homna simply says, home. That's all. Now, home is a single lexical item but it means, from the context it is clear that it means I am going home. So I am going can be safely deleted and to make the text look more cohesive. We now turn to coherence as opposed to cohesion. So cohesion is a matter of grammatical linkers, substitution, and various kinds of synonymy, the same kind of words being substituted for each other, which creates cohesion. And it refers to a small lexical items and linkers and other skillful use in a text to create certain unity. But coherence refers to the whole text in terms of the ideas and their organization. So coherence is a content level term. Content is an idea level term. Cohesion is a grammatical level term. At the level of coherence, we should be able to create a network of ideas and present before the people that look, this particular text is coherent because I can show how the different ideas are networked. The best of the texts you will be able to represent through a diagram, either through a flow chart or through a kind of a pyramid or through various other methods that it can be diagrammatically represented because the ideas are linked to each other. So coherence will be achieved through logical sequencing, propositions and implications. So if you make a statement and it is followed by elaboration, it is followed by example. Then you make another statement and so on. Then you first decide to make a beginning of some kind, then there is a middle of some kind, and then you can say, okay, now towards the end of the text must conclude. So this beginning, the middle and the end, and the logical sequencing of ideas and of statements and examples, all this constitutes coherence. So if you look at speech and writing, for example, in the context of cohesion and coherence, when we speak, there are a huge range of support systems. My hands are there, my eyes are there, my movements are there, prosody is there, intonation patterns are there, rise and fall of my pitch. I can show anger or pleasure through, in the same words. I can use the same words, and as I explained in an earlier module, I can say the same sentence, the door is open, and mean very different things. And I can say good morning. I can say good morning in many ways. I can say good morning, which might mean very nice, and I can also say good morning. I really don't care. Or I can say that in different ways. Or theek hai. I can mean, I don't want that you should be well, or I want that you should be well. Okay? You can tell somebody, Aiye, sort of meaning, please don't come. So these are various paralinguistic features that are available to us in conveying meaning and create some kind of cohesion and coherence around our text. But in writing, you have to be more careful because all these support systems of intonation, of stress, of hand movement, of eye contact, they are missing. They are not there. So in writing, you have to pay special attention to the features of coherence and cohesion. You have to make sure that your text is grammatically interwoven. You have to make sure that it is interwoven network at the level of ideas. So the level of ideas, networking at the level of ideas is called coherence, and the networking at the level of grammar is called cohesion. So please keep cohesion and coherence in mind. We will come back to them in later modules. Thank you very much.